Good morning, everybody. Once again, doesn't matter who I am. Just want you to know I'm not an activist. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just trying to change one mind at a time because that's all I can do. So let's talk about something today called confidence. Not confidence like, I'm really confident about playing sports or I'm confident about my job. I'm talking about confidence as in con. You know what a con is? A con is when somebody deliberately tries to deceive you to get what they want from you. For example, a young man says he loves you because he wants to get sex from you. So he uses that term love to entice you to do something that he wants you to do. Or somebody tells you, I have a really great real estate opportunity for you. And if you just give me $50,000, you're going to be able to make $500,000. And so you give him the $50,000 and he disappears. But you gave him the money because he told you that you have a great opportunity to make a lot of money. So, but for a great con to actually work, what do you need? You need elements of the truth. Because the best con is the one that has truth layered in it. That way the people are more apt to believe it. So in our current culture today, cons are going on all the time and we're being taken advantage of and we don't know it or we don't care or we don't pay attention. I don't know what the reason is, but what I do know is the truth is the only solution. So a good con, let's talk about COVID-19. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not happy about disease or spreading a pandemic around and people dying and people getting sick. So let's not go down that road. But COVID-19 entered the United States sometime in January or December, maybe earlier. People were getting it. People were getting sick. Some people were dying. It was a virus that didn't have any kind of vaccine, definitely doesn't have a cure. And if you get it and it gets severe, you could die, and it's not nice. Okay. So the government decides we're going to shut down, the borders. We're going to ask people to stay at home, except for essential services, whatever that means. And good Americans were like, okay, let's stay home for the most part. Let's stay at home and keep people safe. And they use the buzzwords, keep people safe, because that you don't want to not keep people safe. Because if you don't want to keep people safe, what kind of American are you? So we all do that. We think, man, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, they get the curve under control. Hospitals aren't overwhelmed, so on and so on. Okay. So fast forward, we're in June 2020, right? So it went more than a couple of weeks. We shut down the economy. People lost jobs, 40 million people, somewhere around there. Hospitals, people were furloughed. All kinds of stuff was going on. Okay. And now we're slowly trying to open the economy. But in a lot of major cities, Democrat run, they're still squeezing the little man businesses. And they're not letting churches and synagogues operate the way they need to. So, okay. But at the heart of COVID-19, there's the fear built in to Americans that this disease is deadly, that this disease can kill you. But that's true. It is a disease that can kill you, just like cancer can kill you, just like the flu can kill you, just like diabetes can kill you, right? Heart disease can kill you, eating too many tacos, French fries, greasy foods, right? Smoking can kill you. So it's a disease that can kill you. We're very familiar with diseases, right? We have doctors and hospitals and surgeries and all kinds of things that happen because of them. So we know diseases exist. So when the government says this is a deadly disease and people can die, we listen because obviously we know disease can kill you. But the severity of COVID-19, and what I mean by severity is in relation to other diseases and to other causes of death, is COVID-19 more deadly than any other disease in respection, in correlation to other things? Okay? Because they really didn't talk about that. If you turn on the news, they give you the numbers. 15,000 dead, 50,000 dead, 60,000 dead. They focus on how many dead people there are. They neglect to focus on how many people aren't dead. Because fear, right? Truth. The number of people that have died from COVID, we're giving them the benefit of the doubt that that number is correct. But that number is a real number. And they know if they focus on how many people died, you won't focus on how many people lived. And that's the con. The con is dealing with the truth of numbers and not trying to scare people and make people live in fear. No one is telling anybody to go out and act like, hey, COVID-19 does not exist. But in comparison, was it really something to wreck our economy? Something to shut down churches where people's spiritual needs aren't being met at the full measure that it needs to be met? So let's ask some questions. So I'm going to give you some statistics. In a typical flu season, 99.985% of people do not die from the flu. And in a severe flu season, I'm going to say it again, 978% of people don't die from the flu. And here's another number, 99.968% of people haven't died from COVID-19. So 99.985% flu regular, 99.978 severe flu season, and 99968 COVID-19. Those statistics are relatively equal based on statistics. Now, obviously, for the person that dies and the family that has to deal with it, nobody cares about statistics, right? But as an American, I have to make decisions based on truth. I can't make decisions based on the fear that the news media and certain people with agendas have. So the con is making you believe that COVID-19 is the most deadly disease ever, so you are living in fear. You keep your kids out of school, right? You don't go to church, but you go to Costco, right? Just think about that false narrative. It's okay to go to Costco, but not okay to go to church. Church is not essential. Costco is essential. That doesn't make sense. Because for the persons that believes in God, we know that our spiritual health is the most important thing. So let's get more to the con. So now we're in June 5th, 2020, and supposedly COVID-19 is not as deadly as they were telling you. Well, you know how you know this? Because people are out there protesting, and the news media and the Democratic mayors and governors of these states are out there with them. Some with masks, some with not masks, but they're out there screaming and they're spitting out their droplets that could be COVID-19 infected. And do they care about social distancing? Do they care about if they get anybody sick? Oh my goodness, but nobody is stopping them. The media is not like, look at these people. They don't care about other Americans because racism is more important than disease. That's the narrative. That's how you know it was a con job. Because if they really wanted to keep people safe, they will be using the National Guard and they will be shutting down protesters and they will say, look, we need to keep people safe. And until we can do this in a way that keeps people safe, we're not going to have protesters out in the street. We're not going to have rioters out in the street. We're not going to have looters out in the street because we care about your health. We care about you being safe. All they care about is power. Because if they didn't care just about power, they would be doing what they care about, which is keeping you safe, right? No, they're not trying to keep you safe. They're trying to keep power. And if it means I got to support the Black Lives Matters, if I got to, go out there and kneel before the Black Lives Matter and go out there and expose myself to supposed COVID-19, I'm going to do it because I need to keep my power, which means they don't really believe COVID-19 is as deadly as they tell you because they know the facts just like I know the facts. They can see the same numbers. You can go look them up. They're right there. They know that this disease in general, I'm talking in general, is not more deadly than a more severe flu season. Dying is never good for anybody, but we're all going to die of something eventually. I'm not trying to die of COVID-19. I'm not trying to die of the flu. I'm not trying to die of heart disease. I'm not trying to die of lung cancer, right? I'm not trying to die of getting hit by a car. So we do things to help make those things not happen. Eat healthy, not drive and drink, all kinds of things we can do to mitigate it. But shut down the economy, ruin people's lives, create a depression, anxiety. But when a racist cop, that's their storyline, kills a black man, that's not my storyline, just so you know, that's their storyline. Then we have to go out there and protest, and we don't care about COVID-19 rules anymore. That's the con. They only care about what they care about if it gives them power or if they can keep their power. Do not buy into false narratives. Do not fall for the con. Truth is in there. COVID-19 does kill people. But safety being the cause of why you shut down the economy and why you keep people at home and not going to school and not going to church, it's a false narrative. We can do things to keep people safe, but why are you going to stay home? At what month can you leave home? At what month can you send your kids to school? The disease isn't going anywhere. It's everywhere in America now. Just let's be clear. It's not going anywhere. So we have to adjust our life to some degree, but we need to live our life because that's what we are given, life. Being afraid and fearful, they don't care about your fear except to use it against you. That's all. So if you think COVID-19 is really something that they care about, you can turn on the news and listen to CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, and hear what they're talking about. They're not talking about, oh, these people aren't being safe and they're infecting other people. They're talking about their agenda, which is let's divide the country over race. Let's make sure our base believes that white people hate black people and that we need the white people to bow to the black people. Bad narrative. So just a little video. I want you to think about it. 99.985% of the people never die from the flu in a given flu season. 99.975 on a severe flu season, people don't die. And so far, 99.968% of the people have not died of COVID-19. The truth matters. Do not fall for the con. Americans, be good.